Hi, teachers. We are so excited to share with you our three brand new superstructures, starting with columns, as well as web and pole. Let's get into it. Here we've got columns, and this can be a classic 2-column chart all the way up to a 5-column chart. In fact, when you go to create a new structure, you will see this pop up, column A all the way through column E. So if you wanted a T chart, this is what you would use. We have here a category style use of this column. So I've asked my students to identify literary devices in William Ernest Henley's poem Invictus. I have given them the literary devices of metaphor, personification, and imagery up top. And as you can see, we have a lot of students that found metaphor, a lot of students that found imagery, fewer students that found personification. So as a teacher, I'm able not only to use this quick visual to see what my teachable moment is, but I can also take a little bit longer to look at the responses my students gave. And I can notice that a lot of them chose similar direct quotes, but placed them in different spots. So that could be a next step for me, is to ask my students, how might one sentence from this poem fit into each of these three literary devices? The next structure I want to show you is web. Now, we like to use web to map the complexities of different ways of thought. So here I have, what does each Earth system do and how do they affect each other? Now, I only gave them this central bubble. The rest is really up to them. So at first, students had to add those 4 spheres to this web and they launched right into it. And that sense of ownership and agency really carried through the rest of this basically silent discussion. And you can see that students have been linking not only their ideas back to ideas that inspired them, but also to other students' ideas that they found similarities to. And our final brand new superstructure that I'm going to show you is our poll. Now, you could use this for a lot of different reasons, but we want to keep this high rigor and high intellect in our use of poll. So I've asked my social studies students, which innovation from the post-classical era do you think changed the world the most? And here's their opportunity to really champion their personal opinion backed with evidence. So I've got paper and printing, gunpowder, the compass, mathematical advancements, and banking and credit systems here at the bottom as their options. And we can see that there are some clear winners as far as who has the most votes and some clear outliers. Now, I'm going to go to my teacher view here, clicking on show teacher view, and see what might the class insights give me as next steps or super suggestions with my students. Here I'm told to encourage students to engage in a quick gallery walk, to read other students' arguments, and then ask them to reply directly to a peer's argument with a counter argument, maybe verbally. So not only do we have a really rich discussion happening in the moment on this platform, but we also have rich discussion happening in our classrooms. I know you have tons of ideas of how you could use these 3 brand new superstructures in your classroom, and we can't wait to see what you do with them. Happy teaching!